Good morning, reflectors.
Good morning.
Welcome and welcome back to Morning Intentions. And Annette, how do you feel? Because Reflection Friday and the final day of the month, final episode of the month, falls on the last day of the month. It is July 31st.
I feel good. Very good.
I know we're switching things up. Usually, are we starting on the right day? Well, we're ending on the right day today. And I've got some reflecting to do. How about you?
Let's have you start, and then I'll see. I know I was the reflector last week, and I missed hearing from you.
I know I just kind of did something right at the end, so I'll start us off and you jump in. Maybe you have something to share about what I'm going to share about. I'd love to hear your opinion. It's something I've been thinking about. It comes from a TV show I've been watching, and I thought the idea went really well with our discussions about sabotage, because this was the opposite of sabotage. So the TV show is called Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. It's about Godzilla and King Kong and all that kind of stuff, the things I would be interested in. I won't give anything away in the story. I enjoy the show. I don't think Annette would enjoy the show at all. It doesn't sound like anything that you would like.
But I'm glad you enjoy it.
I'm glad you're glad. One of the characters is trying to do the right thing and does a big oopsie and makes things worse. That's a very typical Hollywood and storytelling device. What you think is going to solve the problem makes the problem worse. Well, from this big oopsie, the character feels very guilty and is trying to fix the problem on her own. And then another character is lamenting and complaining how it's all this gal's fault. But then a third character, if you watch the show, you'll get it. A third character says, and this is a paraphrase, "That might be, but it doesn't mean she needs to fix the problem on her own." And I thought that was so different than the way our world works. So much of the time, if someone messes up or they're trying to do something different, the world says, well, they should figure that out on their own. They could be pushed off to the peripheries. If we've made mistakes, maybe we won't be sabotaged, but we probably won't be helped out of those mistakes. And so when it came to sabotage, I've kind of thought about that line nonstop. And it's gotten me to think about some situations differently. And this is where I was going off this week. Well, if someone's making changes, how can you lean in and help them? Because if we're making changes and they're big changes and they're scary and we know someone needs support, instead of leaving them off to their own devices and hope they figure it out, I think a worldwide shift that we could all make is say, well, doesn't mean they have to make these changes on their own. Is that love? Is that kind? I don't think so. I think the loving thing is if someone's truly trying to change, trying to reprioritize, and they're working hard at it, how can we help them? Because what else is life about? We want to think it's about vacations and houses and money and cars and entertainment. But those are nice to haves. The core is what's going on inside of us. The core is creating a better world that we would actually want to live in, not one where we increase suffering or make each other suffer more or let people sit in their shame if they're trying hard. How can we help them when they're making life changes, when they're reprioritizing? Because for me, all of what we talk about here on Morning Intentions, it's a two-way street. We talk a lot about what we can do to help ourselves. And I always try to interject a little bit of how can we help each other make the changes that we need to make. If Annette's trying really hard, I want to do what I can to help her. I want her to be the best version of herself. And if it, quote unquote, inconveniences me in other areas, who cares? What I want to do, maybe for fun, really pales in comparison to Annette's soul. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Annette, what do you think? Jump on in here.
Would you mind sharing more about what you just said? What Annette likes to do for fun? Like I didn't get that part.
Oh, I wasn't saying what Annette likes to do for fun. I was saying If you need help with your life changes and your reprioritizing, that should take the top priority for me. Like thinking about reprioritizing, I want that to be top priority, priority number one. If I just wanted to dink around or have some fun, that's not that important compared to who you are as a person in my life.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. So, can I repeat back to you what I just heard you say?
Yes, of course.
If you know that I need support and I'm trying to make some life changes and reprioritizing, if you have something that's not really significant for you, let's say you want to go to a movie, and I'm saying, oh, well, could you help me because you have a lot of expertise? You're this health coach, and I want to make a meal plan for next week. Would you be willing to do that with me? What you're saying is, if we love someone, if we care about someone, we'd say, sure, yeah. I mean, we don't want to unmeet our own needs to help other people, but yet we also want to be there for other people.
And that goes with the reprioritizing. We all probably need a reprioritization of our priorities and to see who and what is actually the most important thing in our lives. A lot of times we have our priorities pretty topsy-turvy. The most important thing isn't treated like the most important thing. Maybe treated like the last most important thing. And that line from that TV show just has got me thinking nonstop.
Could you say that again?
The line from the show?
Yes.
Well, the gist of the line, I don't have the direct quote, but it was, yes, this person did cause a problem, but that doesn't mean she should be trying to fix it by herself. Yes, she screwed up, but we can help her and really should help her try to make it right rather than just letting her suffer and fix it on her own by herself. What a different world that would be when someone didn't do what was right and they recognize it, so we help them make it right. So to me, that's the opposite of sabotage. If you're not helping, maybe you're sabotaging a little bit. Not intentionally, not that you mean to, but what would be the opposite of a sabotage when someone's making life changes and reprioritizing? To me, the opposite is helping them, and it goes along with what Marshall Rosenberg talked about with nonviolent communication. How can I make life more wonderful for you? And sometimes Annette and I would say, well, and then the other side of that is, how can you make life more wonderful for me? That's not necessarily how that's supposed to be said. It's more, we're all saying, how can I make life more wonderful for each other? So I would say, Annette, how can I make life more wonderful for you? And then the reversal would be Annette saying the same thing to me. Ada, how can I make life more wonderful for you? And when we have that attitude, we won't sabotage each other. We won't just let people flop around and flail around trying to become the best version of themselves. I think we'll help each other.
I think it's an understatement that this world would be a different place if we all adopted this attitude. And I think as we start trusting ourselves more, understanding our self-worth, access our own inner wisdom, we won't be so self-focused. Probably full circle to what I said earlier this week. Healing is not a selfish pursuit. If you see someone who needs help along their journey, you help them. If they then in turn see that you need help along your journey and they help you, the healing that we both are going to experience, it's not selfish. What it is it's making the world a better place, and it's making us individually happier.
It's so strange that we can recognize we do need other people. Ever since the dawn of man first set foot on the planet or something. That's a little big, but...
Have you been watching a little bit too much of that show?
maybe a little bit too much of those type of shows. But forever, we've known that we need a tribe to survive. But at the same time, we quickly push people out of the tribe. And I'm not talking about having healthy boundaries. Some people aren't healthy to be around. I'm talking about something else right now. We all need a tribe. We quickly push people to the edges of the tribe when they're not doing what we think they should be doing. Or we can say, oh, I got to go it alone. Okay, none of that makes any sense when we know we need other people to make it through life. Why don't we just figure out what's the best way to help one another live the best lives we all can live? So that's my reflection. Annette, I think we ran out of time for yours. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. No, that's fine. I wanted to hear from you.
If you would like to reflect or you have something that's on your mind, you can always send us an email, yourcoaches@AnnetteNada.com. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what life changes and reprioritizing has done for you this month. And for our intention, our final intention of the month, I will make the life changes I know I need to make and reprioritize my life to make them. I will make the life changes I know I need to make and reprioritize my life to make them. Thank you so much for joining us today, this week, and this month. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you Monday.
See you then.
I'm wanting something more, and